What happens when Tom decides to use engineering genius to finally catch Jerry? Today, we're about to witness the wildest chase ever, with rockets, machines, and hilarious fails. Welcome to Tom versus Jerry, the engineering battle. It was a quiet afternoon. Tom sat in his room, frustrated as always. No matter how hard he tried, Jerry always slipped away. Chasing him the old-fashioned way just didn't work anymore. Tom had an idea. He decided he was done being just a cat. From now on, he was going to be an engineer. He put on a yellow hard hat, safety goggles, and unrolled a giant blueprint across the floor. His room now looked like a mini laboratory. Wires, wheels, springs, motors, and tools scattered everywhere. Tom drew plans with confidence. A rocket-powered skateboard, a cheese-detecting radar, and even a giant robot. He grinned, imagining Jerry trapped at last. From inside his mouse hole, Jerry peeked out, nibbling on a peanut. He chuckled silently. Looks like the genius cat is back at it again. This should be fun. Tom's first invention was the Cheese Trap 3000. A delicious block of cheese sat under a glass box connected to a sensor, pulleys, and a glowing alarm light. Tom carefully placed it in the middle of the room and hid nearby, waiting. His tail twitched with excitement. Jerry couldn't resist the smell. He tiptoed closer, eyes sparkling at the golden cheese. But Jerry was no fool. He pulled a tiny screwdriver from his pocket, twisted the sensor loose, and quickly snatched the cheese. A second later, the glass box snapped shut. Not on Jerry, but on Tom's tail. Tom's eyes bulged, his mouth opened in a silent scream, and he danced around in pain. Jerry sat in the corner, happily munching his prize, laughing so hard he nearly fell over. But Tom wasn't done. His next creation was a rocket-powered skateboard. He strapped on his helmet, tightened his goggles, and pressed the big red button. Whoosh! The skateboard blasted forward like a missile. Tom zoomed around the house, faster than lightning, crashing into furniture and walls. He shot straight into the fridge, bursting it open. Milk bottles toppled and cold milk poured all over him. Tom slid out of the fridge dripping wet, with an ice cube stuck on his head. Jerry stood nearby, sipping a drop of spilled milk with a straw, giggling uncontrollably. Tom wiped the milk off his face, furious. He unveiled his third gadget, the Jerry radar machine. A tall metal antenna, blinking lights, and a screen that beeped whenever Jerry was close. Tom switched it on. Beep, 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 beep. He followed the signal carefully. The radar led him to a squeaky cat toy. Tom pounced only to get smacked in the face by the toy's spring. Next, the radar pointed toward a shiny mirror. Tom lunged at it, tackling his own reflection, shattering the glass. Just as he thought he finally had Jerry, the radar beeped rapidly at a small box. Tom grabbed it, triumphant. But it was a jack-in-the-box Jerry had placed earlier. Boing! A clown popped out and smacked Tom right in the face, sending him flying into the ceiling fan. The fan spun him around like a helicopter before tossing him onto the floor with a loud thud. Finally, Tom pulled the cover off his greatest invention yet, the Mecha-Cat 9000. A giant robot shaped like a mechanical cat, with glowing red eyes, claws, and a built-in cheese vacuum. Tom climbed inside, operating it like Iron Man. The robot roared to life and stomped toward Jerry. Jerry's eyes widened. For a second, it looked like he was cornered. But Jerry smirked and ran through the house with the massive robot chasing after him. The floor shook with every step. The robot smashed tables, broke chairs, and ripped curtains as it hunted Jerry. Jerry zipped into his mouse hole, and the robot's claw tried to reach in, but got stuck. Jerry popped out from another hole with a wrench and screwdriver, sneaking behind the machine. With one quick move, he pressed a single red button on the back. Suddenly, the robot went crazy. It grabbed Tom inside, spun him around, and tossed him headfirst into the trash can. The robot then exploded into pieces, gears flying everywhere. Jerry stood on top of a broken gear, clapping his tiny hands in victory. Tom climbed out of the trash, covered in banana peels and old fish bones, completely defeated. His engineering genius had failed once again. Jerry rolled out a tiny golden trophy that read, "World's Best Engineer," and placed a piece of cheese on top. He proudly took a bite, while Tom sat nearby, sighing in misery. The chase was over, and the winner was clear. "Sometimes," the narrator chuckled, "the best engineering is just being Jerry." And as the upbeat music played, the narrator added in a YouTube-style outro, "If you laughed at Tom's hilarious engineering fails and Jerry's clever tricks, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more cartoon fun, and drop a comment below." Who do you think is smarter, Tom the engineer or Jerry the trickster? On screen, like Tuckper. Subscribe. Comment.